Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Louis Sports Network, man. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. Hope y'all hit the like, hit that subscribe, make sure to share. Definitely appreciate y'all taking the time to watch the video on this Memorial Day weekend. So peace and blessings as everybody always. And ladies and gentlemen, what a thriller, what a crazy ending. Let me just get this out the way before I mention the final score and pretty much what happened in that fourth quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a crazy game despite the fact that the referees were BS pretty much the entire game, giving some questionable calls to both teams, especially in that fourth quarter. I really didn't like how the refs tried to control the game for both teams. It just didn't seem right. But I thought when they let them play, I thought we got really good playoff basketball. So then look, Jimmy Butler was pretty much trash for most of this game. Duncan Robinson hit some huge shots to give the Heat the lead in the early part of the fourth. Then he missed like two big threes down the stretch. But while that was happening, though, Jimmy Butler started to get aggressive. And notice when Robert Williams was in the game, it was hard for Jimmy to go off. Jimmy, up to that point, was like he was getting to the free throw line, though. He got calls, drove into the paint, was starting to draw the foul, got a late and one. And then when Jason Tatum was like missing shots, he was going to be the choke artist, to be honest with you, if Derek White doesn't do what he does, and I'll get to that in a second. But then Jimmy Butler in a 2-point game where Jaylen Brown goes 1 out of 2 at the free throw line, and it was 101-97. Check it out. Jimmy then gets fouled, down to 102-100 by Al Horford at the 3-point line, and the Celtics were trying to challenge it when it was clearly a foul. So I'm like, okay, everybody on the edge of this seat, man, it's overtime. My heart's racing, man. It's like, let's see what happens. Jimmy hits all 3 free throws. Bam struggled all game. When you look at this game, it's just so weird because on one end, you could be like, Miami should have pulled away in the fourth quarter when they took the momentum and then Boston took it back. And then on the other hand, you're like, Boston should have won this game by 25 points with how they struggled. So when you look at it, both teams really struggled despite Boston taking a double-digit lead because they didn't shoot the ball from the 3-point line really well. But how did Boston really win this game and what kept them in it? The free throw line, the fact that they were scoring from the mid-range and they were scoring in the paint, and the fact that they got offensive rebounds, which is the karma of the fact that when Jimmy Butler knocked in all 3 free throws to take the lead and actually was scoring in the fourth quarter, I'm like, damn, okay, Jimmy showed up like when it was needed, when it looked like he didn't show up at all in the game. And then what happens? Final possession of the game, Marcus Smart takes a 3-point shot with 3 seconds remaining. It rattles in and out, and I'm saying to myself, the Heat are going to the NBA Finals. I'm like, they're done. I said, he got a 1-point lead. All of a sudden, your boy Derek White sneaks by Max Strus and was able to kiss it off the glass with 0.2 seconds remaining, getting it out of his hands just in the nick of time to prevent Miami from going to the NBA Finals and force a Game 7. And Derek White finished the game with 11 points. He also had 3 blocks. But at the end of the day, I already see people saying that Jimmy Butler choked this game. And quite honestly, we could talk about Jimmy giving the Heat the lead, the 1-point lead. But to me, he still choked because of how badly he shot the basketball. He shot the basketball terrible. And if Bam plays better, Miami would be in the NBA Finals. This is the first time that Boston won a close game like this, because in the first 2 games in Boston, they lost those close games. They were 0-2 in this series when the game was within 5 points or less. They lost the close ones. And they were going to lose this one, and it was going to send them to go home to Boston. They just weren't going to be hosting an NBA Finals. And then Derek White is the hero. And that's what Jason Tatum choking down the stretch with some little late turnovers and some bad shot selection. Couldn't finish that layup when he got to the basket. Like, it was crazy because Caleb Martin stopped scoring, Gabe Vincent stopped scoring, Bam was awful all game. Then Jimmy Butler finally decided to wake up when Duncan Robinson had got it going, and then he started to miss He missed 2 big 3-pointers down the stretch. But ladies and gentlemen, what a thriller. I hated how the referees acted in this game. But what killed the Miami Heat pretty much most of this game, Boston did not shoot the 3-ball well. And what got them the win? The offensive rebound. And it's the biggest offensive rebound of the game because it saved the Boston Celtics season. Jason Tatum was going to be a freaking donkey. He was going to be the Shrek of this game. And Derek White saved his ass. But now, we have to thank both the Celtics and the Miami Heat. We got to thank Derek White for hitting the game-winning basket and getting by Max Strus because by the time he saw him, it was too late to block his shot. And then we also got to thank Miami Heat for allowing the Celtics to give us the opportunity for the NBA on TNT crew to do Game 7 in Boston. So we get to see Ernie, Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq for one more game for the final game of the NBA on TNT season. Shout out to the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat for giving us fans the opportunity. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of another one, man. The Boston Celtics, in a nail-biter by the skin of their teeth, win this game 104-103 in a one-point thriller that have sent the Miami Heat fans shocked, as if they just lost a loved one that they were so close to. And now they got to go to Game 7 on Memorial Day, May 29th. So the question remains, ladies and gentlemen, whose Memorial Day is it going to be? Is it going to be Boston's Memorial Day for losing a Game 7 in a series that they were favored in? Or is it going to be for the Miami Heat for having a historic collapse and blowing a 3-0 lead? How do we find out? We got to stay tuned for Monday for Game 7. So from the Louis Sports Network, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.